We call a second? Yes. We are meant to start at 9. And that's the order of events for the day. Then just, if you recall, we had each party was 650 minutes as the time bank. And so we have a sheet called a time bank order statement, which will be used by the quarter system to record the time that each person is on their feet. You remember we said you use whatever it is, whether you are doing, whether you're opposing or raising an objection, whenever you're on your feet, your time is running. So there is that time bank sheet. Maybe you can just show them a copy. You have enough copies to just be at this one. Yeah. So you can see what it looks like. The court assistant has stopwatches which will record the time as each person speaks, the amount of time spent. Then we have a daily cumulative timesheet, which we will use at the end of the day just to indicate the amount of time spent by each of the parties, and at the end of the day, so that we can carry forward the time in the time bank for the following day. Remember, we are here from Monday to Thursday this week, and then Monday to Thursday next week. Right? Until the 650 minutes are over for each party. If a time reaches when one party has too much time and others have run out of time, there's nothing wrong with exchanging or borrowing from one another. It happens at the bank, it can happen. Okay. So, are there any preliminaries before we start with the witnesses? We are now in the slack time. Yes.
Yes, my lord. I am aware, my name is Degwanjiru, and I am aware that the court has pronounced itself in respect to the first issue that had been framed. That is in respect of the identity of the candidates who participated in these elections. And my lord, while the court has pronounced itself, the petitioners find themselves in a more precarious and prejudicial position, in the sense that there is no appeal that can lie as at now of any interlocutory applications emanating from election petitions. So my lord, while we will be staging our witness, that issue may recur. We are of the view that, my lord, at the most appropriate time, we'll be moving the court for a review of that ruling, so that, my lord, that question can then be determined within the petition. We are raising this, my lord, because as and when the witness takes the stand, that issue may arise. And of course, my lord, our thinking is premised on the qualifications as enshrined in the Constitution. And what triggered our thinking is this, my lord. Supposing that a candidate is nominated, properly nominated, there are no pre-election issues, but during the pendency of the election period, he's adjourned bankrupt, or he's declared to be a person of unfit mind. Will that be a question that will still lie in the pre-election period when it has come in between, yet it's a question of qualification of a candidate? That is why we are thinking that, my lord, at the most appropriate time, we may trigger the court for a review of that ruling. And then, my lord, the other reason why we are raising it is that, my lord, if the issue comes up during the trial, that, my lord, you bear with us, knowing that there is a pending application that shall be moving the court. I'm most obliged, my lord.
Yes.
Yes, my lord, I want my learned friend, Mr. Jiru. My Lord, I must object to the request he makes. He is seeking to re-agitate a matter before you, which you have determined and pronounced yourself, my Lord. He is seeking to reopen grounds number 1 and 2 of the election petition, which you have already ruled on, is traversing into the area of res judicata, my Lord, which cannot be allowed. Furthermore, my Lord, after that ruling, time has passed. There has been a number of days in between, so that if he intended to make any application, whether for review or stay of those orders, my Lord, the time was there, which has not been utilized. So, my Lord, as far as we are concerned, grounds number 1 and 2 of the election petition have been knocked out. That is all, my Lord.
You are saying the issue is spent.
It is, my Lord, it is for now.
Yes. Don't forget your names.
My Lord, my name is Gachagua for the 4th respondent. My Lord, I oppose the application by the petitioner on the ground that litigation must come to an end somehow. My Lord, you rendered yourself on the application by the 4th respondent and struck out ground 1 and 2. It's 7 days since you did so. There's no application before you this morning to review that ruling. We are only being treated to suppositions that they propose to file an application. We don't know when that will be done. Our view, my Lord, is that you are now functus officio as far as that application by the 4th respondent is concerned. And as submitted by my friend Mr. Mwongela, the matter is now res judicata. The only recourse available to the petitioner is the Court of Appeal. So, my Lord, the 4th respondent opposes the application and prays that we proceed with the hearing as earlier on scheduled. We pray that you do not allow these theatrics, which are just meant to derail the hearing, my Lord. That is all, my Lord. My colleague, Dr. Kamoda, will add 1 or 2 issues on that.
My Lord, Adrian Kamodo for the 4th respondent. Counsel for the petitioner, Mr. Giro, has indicated to the court that it is not possible to appeal your decision, but with me is a notice of appeal dated 3rd March 2026, which has been duly lodged by the firm of Gachagua and Company Advocates on behalf of the appellants, or on behalf of the petitioners. Now, that again negates the position advanced that it's not possible to appeal the decision that was initially made. Secondly, my Lord, the principles on review of decisions are well anchored in law, including at Section 80 of the Civil Procedure Act, as read together with Order 45 of the Civil Procedure Rules, And one of the core imperatives is that you cannot push for a review if you have sought an appeal. So as long as there is impedency, an appeal before a higher court in the hierarchy, then the whole aspect of review becomes untenable. And since there is no application for review or any other application that is before this honorable court, then we shall urge that we swiftly proceed to hear the petition in its substance, and we can deal with any further issues that arise in the course of the proceedings. Thank you, Madam.
Yeah, Your Lordship. Gachagua Buta. My Lord, what I heard Mr. De Guanjiru say, he didn't essentially make an application. He just, out of abundance of caution and also putting everyone to pay attention that there may be an application that might be filed. And for that reason, he just informed all of us that whenever a witness mentioned something that may touch on those grounds, actually one ground, not both of them, just the first ground. The other one, we left it. Ground number 2, we left it. They should not feel a bit edgy about it. So it is just that. There is no formal application or informal application that was made. It was just a caution. So really, there's nothing to be determined at this point. Nothing to be determined. There's no application before the court. Yes. That's all, my lord.
My Lord, for purposes of good order, my name is Adrian for the further respondent. We would like to get some indication from the petitioner as to the lineup of witnesses. Yeah, previously there was an indication that they would drop some, so we would be properly minded to know how many witnesses they plan to call and possibly in which order. Thank you, Madam.
My Lord, my learned friend is just jumping the gun. We were to address that in our opening remarks. Yes, my Lord.
I would like also to.
Yes, yes, my Lord.
It's okay, why don't you proceed?
So, my Lord, we are here this morning because we have a petition dated the 22nd of December 2025, which petition seeks to challenge the results and the declaration of one Leo Wamudhende Njero as the winner of the elections, by elections that were held on the 27th of November 2025. My Lord, in that petition, as shall be urged and presented by the various witnesses, we have various thematic areas. One of them is what was the impact of the violence that was meted and whether there was violence that was meted, And what is the impact of that violence vis-a-vis the elections as read together with Article 81 of the Constitution? Number two, my lord, the witnesses.
I know it's being recorded, but these things.
Yes, my lord.
Have, issues.
So, my lord, our petition seeks to determine.
Impact of on the election.
Let me take it again, my lord. My lord, my lord, let me take it again. Our election petition seeks to establish whether the by-election that was conducted on the 27th of November squared out to the dictates of the Constitution. Was it free? Was it fair? Was it secure? Was it verifiable, accountable, and transparent? We will bring evidence through witnesses who will prove before this court that there were elements or actions that were taken during that time that negates those fundamental principles. One of them being violence that was witnessed during the by-elections. The second one is the question of intimidation by serving state officers in the capacity of the cabinet secretaries. My lord, will bring witnesses before you who will establish before this court that the election that the individual who was declared the winner ought not to have been declared so. Our petition will have two limbs. It will be both arithmetical, whether the arithmetic speaks to the declaration, and will address the question of procedure. Did the election follow the laid down rules? I invite my learned friend, Mr. Wathuta, to proceed briefly.
There was a time you mentioned an article in the Constitution.
Yes, my lord, I did mention Article 81 of the Constitution, and most importantly, Article 1, Clause E, Paragraph 2 of the Constitution, that relates the question of violence and intimidation. Most obliged.
Your Lordship, what we'll be demonstrating as well is that, contrary to Article 81 of the Constitution, the by-election that was held on 28th of November 2025 did not meet the principles that are stated there, which are free and fair elections, which are by secret ballot, free from violence, intimidation, improper influence, or corruption. We will also demonstrate that the elections were not conducted by an independent body, and that they were not transparent, and most importantly, my lord, they were not administered in an impartial, neutral, efficient, accurate, and finally accountable manner. And that's the gist of the petition that is before you. We will then demonstrate that the totality of that gave an outcome that is not a reflection of the will of the people. We will also demonstrate that the entirety of that election is unconstitutional for having been conducted without a gazetted voter register. And that, my Lord, then speaks to Article 81, which I highlighted. We'll get evidence to that effect. So therefore, as we commence the hearing, my Lord, we'll be speaking towards those principles and demonstrating to you that this election falls short or fell short of those constitutional imperatives. Yeah, my Lord, yeah, that is what I would say. And our lead, Judge Karuthui, has one remark as to what ushers in the witness.
My Lord, Judge Karuthui, I will just address the issue of the witnesses. In the first instance, we are going to call the petitioner and his chief agent. And within the next, before the next hearing, we'll have made a conclusive list of the rest of the witnesses that we are going to be calling. Out of the 18, the number will definitely reduce, but we'll give that confirmation by close of proceedings tomorrow. Close of proceedings tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Yes,
to indicate the number.
the final number of witnesses, because by then we'll have finished with the first two witnesses.
You will drop some,
Yes, we'll definitely drop some.
and we will give at least witnesses remaining.
Yes, my lord.
But COP tomorrow will be the last. You have, if you are, okay, that's okay. Your 650 hours will come tomorrow. So I'm taking this to be your opening remarks.
That's correct.
We are not on Slack time now. Do you have any opening remarks, any of the respondents?
I don't expect them to come in.
Very brief, my lord. My lord, Charles Mongela for the first, second, and third respondents. My lord, first, second, and third respondents open by admitting that the by-election was conducted by human beings, my lord. And that to err, sometimes to err, my lord, is human. My lord, where any error or irregularity occurred, which is in the minimum in this by-election, the first, second, and third respondents have given sufficient explanation on that. And they have demonstrated, my lord, that any such irregularity or error did not affect the outcome of this by-election, and it was not by design. My lord, the election or the by-election of 27th of November was conducted in substantial compliance with the Constitution, the Elections Act, the applicable regulations, the electoral body, my lord, and its officials deployed competent personnel recruited in an open and competitive manner, my lord. The electoral body and its officials, my lord, deployed technology which worked effectively, my lord. The results, my lord, whether the manual or the technology are in harmony, my lord, the results are in harmony. My lord, we'll be handing you to find that where the petitioner is alleging that there was commission of election offenses, the petitioner has fallen short of meeting the threshold to prove those offenses on a beyond reasonable doubt standard, my lord. We will be showing that the entire election petition does not meet the intermediate test between balance of probabilities and a beyond reasonable doubt. And overall, my lord, we will be showing that everything humanly possible and within the confines of the law was done by the first, second, and third respondents to ensure that the will of the electorate of Mbeere North constituency prevailed, my lord. That is all for me, my lord.
Yes, my lord. My name is Gachagua for the fourth respondent. My lord, on our part, we'll be opposing the petition strenuously. We will cross-examine the petitioner and his witnesses with a view to demonstrating to the court that the fourth respondent was a duly elected candidate for parliamentary seat in the by-election. My lord, we will set out to demonstrate that none of the 8 grounds remaining affected the election of the fourth respondent. My colleague, Dr. Kamoto, will add something on that.
Adrian, for the fourth respondent, we shall further demonstrate to his honorable court that the fourth respondent approached the election with an open mind, ready to comply with the law, and he did all that was lawfully required of him and eventually accepted the outcome which was in favor. We will be able to show this court that the petition herein is not an assailment of its constitutionality.
It's not an assailant.
yes, my lord, of its constitutionality or any procedural defect in the process, but it's rather an expression of dissatisfaction with the will of the people. It will unfold as the matter progresses that the allegations leveled against the fourth respondent are unfounded, unproven, and hypothetical in principle. And that there will be no basis absolutely in the end for this honorable court to interfere with the will of the people of Mbeere North constituency, who made a decision which is extensively backed up by the materials on record, especially those presented by none other but the petitioner. The validity of the outcome, as we shall show, is well buttressed by the returns, including the forms 35A and B, lodged by the petitioner, which affirm that indeed a proper election was conducted and a lawful outcome registered. So eventually we shall be urging the court not to entertain extraneous issues which are basically designed to deny the fourth respondent a well-merited electoral win, and equally to deny the constituents of Mbeere North the right to enjoy representation by a person of their choice. My Lord, we shall make further input once the substance of the petition has been laid out by the petitioner, and we shall eventually seek to find favor with the court that the petition shall be dismissed. Thank you.
Yes, my Lord. Ms. Mbeere, Ms. Rose Mbeere, for the fourth respondent. My Lord, we will go The fourth respondent will demonstrate to this court that the grounds raised in the petition are not the attributes, omissions or commissions of the fourth respondent. Of the remaining grounds, that is ground 3 to 10, the fourth respondent will demonstrate to this court, my lord, that none of those grounds have been issues that affected the fourth respondent in his person or as a candidate. We will be proving to this court the election was free and fair, and the declaration of the fourth respondent met the constitutional threshold and the petition as it is in bad faith, meant to deny the constituents of Mbeere North their bona fide elected leader. That is all, my lord.
That takes us through the opening statements. Are we ready for the witnesses?
Yes, my lord.
Let's start with the witnesses. If you can, if there are witnesses who will be giving testimony later on the petitioner's side, if you can step out. Any other witnesses from the petitioner's side could step out.
If you are a witness for the petitioner, kindly step out.
The same will apply when we are engaging the witnesses for the respondents.
Newton, we are going to say you. Kindly lift the Bible with your right hand. It's just behind you. And you repeat after me. I swear by the name of the Almighty God
I swear by the name of the Almighty God
that the evidence I shall give before this court
that the evidence that I shall give before this court
shall be the truth,
shall be
nothing but the truth.
nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You want to stand in the document?
No, I just wanted to help the paper.
There is nothing with you standing here, but you need to help them access.
Yeah, just to go through the
Yes. Newton, can you give this court your full names? Karaoke Njeri, my lords, I'll leave the witness in evidence in chief. Can you give this court your full names?
My name is Newton Karaoke Njeri, the immediate former member of Council Assembly representing Mbeere from 2013 to 2025. I was doing my third term in the Council Assembly of Embu before I resigned to contest in this election.
You're the MCA for
Mbeere ward. Yeah.
Mbeere ward is in which county?
It's in Embu County, Mbeere North constituency.
Are you among those who contested in the by-election?
Yes, I am.
Yes, when was the by-election conducted? When was the by-election conducted?
On 27th of November 2025.
27th November 2025. Confirm to this court that you are the petitioner. Yes, confirm to this court that you are the petitioner.
Yes, I am.
Were you satisfied with the results or the way the elections were conducted?
Not really.
Confirm to this court that you did swear an affidavit in support of your petition that is before court today.
Yes, I did.
Yes. Is this the affidavit that you did swear when in support of your petition?
Correct.
When is it dated?
It's dated on the 22nd day of December 2025.
Would you wish to have this affidavit in support of your petition as evidence before the court?
Yes.
Yes. In your affidavit, I would wish you to go to paragraph 8 of your affidavit. Does it lay out the results as announced by the returning officer for the by-election of the 27th November?
Yes.
That is the results that were announced. Can you confirm that the results were, upon being announced, gazetted?
Yes.
Would you wish to produce that gazette notice as the evidence before the court?
Yes.
Yes. Period to the results being announced, the first respondent, that is IEBC, had appointed the first and the second respondents as the returning officer and the deputy returning. Fine. You confirm to court that there was a gazette notice to that effect?
Yes, I do.
There was a gazette notice. What had caused this particular by-election to be called?
This was after the resignation of the then member of representing Mbeere North, Honor Keringa Ruku.
Yes.
when he resigned and was appointed to national government as a CS.
And you have annexed as per paragraph 3, an annexure to show that the 17th April 2025, the Speaker of the National Assembly did declare Mbeere North seat to be vacant.
Yes.
You also confirm that you are among those who are cleared to contest in the by-election.
Yes, on a Democratic Party ticket.
The Democratic, and also the fourth respondent was among the candidates.
Yes.
Would you remember how many candidates were in that by-election?
There were 18 total.
There were 8 in total. That is captured in paragraph 8 of your affidavit.
Yes.
These particular elections, in a nutshell, how are the elections conducted? Did the IEBC
Station, but outside somebody's gate, outside somebody's compound. Not in the polling station. Yes, correct? Now, in the course of your, I'm sure you are taken through some, as candidates and even your agents, you are taken through some form of a briefing of what constitutes a polling station before you are, as you are being prepared towards the elections. Did you attend any briefing?
Yes, we did.
And during those briefings, you are told, or you are able to know that a polling station has a radius of about 400 meters.
Yes.
Correct? And that is the place where the presiding officer
It was done by the police officers who are accompanying this state office. Now the issue is violence taking place in or near the polling station.
now, okay, fine, it was your evidence in chief that this violence which you claim occurred was meant to suppress or scare away your people who are coming to vote in your favor, especially your strongholds, to use your word.
To scare away voters. And especially those who are coming to vote for the opposition.
Yes. Now, this Kaungu polling station falls within Ndawa ward, right?
Yes.
Is it a station you claim to be one of your strongholds where violence was then being used to suppress the turnout which could have been in your favor?
Yes, if you look at what happened at Kaungu, Your Honor, you will find that despite the violence, the difference of votes is very small.
Just make sure that we have the correct record. My lord, my name is Deva. Perhaps council should be able to describe the two things, a polling station and a polling center, that we understand where is he talking about. Is it because the polling station is the classroom itself. The polling center is where there is a jurisdiction of the 400 meters. Just for purpose of clarification.
I think he probably knows that better than most of us. But let's go ahead.
Oh, that is not advisable.
All right, just be clear.
It's okay, it's okay. For the purposes of what I did. Do you know how many? Let's have a look at the results from that polling station so that we can get out of it. Let's go to Kaungu polling station. My lord, in my Mbando, the results for this station are contained in page number 54. So page number. Where it says page. Yes, page at the top. On the reverse side, yes. The reverse side. Yes. Now, please go there. Top center. Yes. We are there? Mr. Kariuki?
Yes, I am.
Now, look at the number of registered voters in this polling station and confirm that there are 641 registered voters. Total number of registered voters, 641.
Yes.
Also look at the total number of valid votes cast, 392.
Yes.
Now you can confirm that this is a turnout of way above 50%.
Yes.
You will agree with me that in a by-election, the turnout, the voter turnout, is not as high as in a general election ordinarily, because people are going about their businesses in life after the general election. So in a by-election, I want you to tell me whether you would agree with me that the turnout cannot be as high as in a general election.
Yeah, my lord, I'll be constrained to object to that question because I don't know what opinion the witness is supposed to exercise in such a question, in such a situation. So, I mean...
Will there be evidence concerning the voter turnouts at by-election?
I will not be comparing in that. Let me leave it. Let me leave it at that. Okay. Now, look at the same results. Do you confirm that the results are signed by the agents who are present in that station on the same page?
Yes, I am.
You confirm that they have been signed by the agent for the UDA as the first one?
Yes.
You confirm that Mr. Nicholas Gitonga for the DP, which was your party, has signed those results.
Yes. But it is up to him when he comes here to prove whether it
I
is his
agree,
signature.
but he is your agent, unless if you want to deny him now.
You can be an agent, but the signature is not his.
In fact, you can go to at the bottom and see all agents signed.
Even at the contestant areas like Itivuru, Your Honor, they will say everything is signed, and it is not our agents who signed.
Let those witnesses speak about those.
Yes.
Let witnesses speak about their signatures.
It's okay, my lord, it's okay. Now, did you receive any complaint regarding any incidents recorded in this station by your agent? Did your agent record any incident regarding this station?
Yes, Kaungo polling station, there was very heavy violence there that even someone to take a cover under the desks.
I hear.
Answer the question you're being asked. There's a specific question. You just ask the question again.
Did your agent document a complaint or an incident on this station called Kaungo?
There we need to look at it because of the diary. I don't think they recorded anything because there was no diary.
It is your evidence that there was no diary in Kaungu polling station. There was no polling station diary in Kaungu polling station.
Yes, and I think we should refer to that.
Sorry?
We should refer to that.
It is your evidence there was no polling station diary, called in short PSD. There wasn't.
It may be there, but it is not signed. That is what I'm saying, Your Honor.
Do you know that as the agents come into the station in the morning when the station is being opened, they are documented in the polling station diary? Do you know that?
They are documented, but in this case, what was happening is that even if they are documented, Your Honor, is that even if there is violence, it was not recorded. And that is where we are.
So you do not know whether there was a polling station diary, you don't know whether your agents recorded any incidents, but you still want to have a look at the polling station diary, right? From what I hear you to be saying.
Yes, we will look at it, if allowed.
What is it that you'll be searching from the polling station diary for Kaungu, for example?
For example, to see whether the election violence was reported.
So it is your hope that if the polling station diary for Kaungu is removed and examined, you might stumble into some evidence which you do not have.
MP?
That is your hope.
It's my hope.
Very well. Do you have an issue with the results of that polling station? Do you have an issue with what you got, what other candidates got, and especially the fourth respondent? Do you have an issue with the number of votes cast?
For this polling station in particular?
Yes.
I have no issue with the 186 that I got, or nor do I have an issue of 174, but the authenticity of the results.
Please answer the question as I put it to you. Now, are you aware that as a candidate, or even your agent?
Sorry, just ask that question again. I don't think I understood his answer. Just ask the question again.
I've lost it. My question, my lord, was whether he accepts the results which are recorded in these results,
yes,
that is form number 35A,
yes,
as what he actually got on the material.
Yes, I do.
For Kaungu, I have no issue with the results. Correct?
I have no issue with the results. I have only issue with the violence. That would have changed everything.
Your issue is with the violence.
Yes.
you have listed Kaungu polling station as one of the polling stations where you want this honorable court to order scrutiny and recount. Correct? Correct?
Yes.
Yes, you have. You accept the results which you got there were your true results in terms of the counting. What was counted is what was recorded. What was counted on that
It is
material?
true results as reported.
As reported.
Yes.
So, this brings me to the question. So when you seek reopening of the ballot boxes for Kaungu polling station so that the honorable court can do the hands task of counting those votes again, what do you want the court to be confirming through that exercise?
I want to confirm one because in this polling station, Your Honor, voting stopped for almost 2 hours before resuming again. And you find that the agents, all of them were unducking for safety. Some even hiding below, under the tables. So maybe there are some votes which were introduced, we don't know. Maybe even what is reported here as 174 is not real from my competitor. That is what we will be digging.
Very well, very well. You have said the voting stopped for about 2 hours.
Correct.
In a Kaungu polling station.
Yes.
And it is also your evidence you were not at that polling station.
I wasn't.
Where did you get this information
from? Our agents.
Which one?
From our agents, from...
Called who?
I think it's in our files, it's somewhere. You will meet him at an opportune time.
Is it the person called James Mureithi Ireri?
Yes, there's one Nicholas Gitonga here.
You said there is Nicholas Gitonga.
Yes.
Is he one of the witnesses you have in this matter?
I don't think.
Is he? Please confirm that he is the Gitonga you have mentioned is not a witness in this matter.
It's not a witness.
And if he is not your witness, then it cannot be the basis on which you come to tell the court this station stopped voting for 2 hours. So please tell us, based on the witnesses you have here, where do you get the information voting was suspended for 2 hours? Because the evidence I have from Kaungu, from you, does not mention anything of that nature.
You see, to prove that, if at all the court can maybe ask for that proof, and they can, maybe the court can ask, we produce one Gitonga for your purpose, we can.
All right, I've heard you. Now, before I leave this station, is it your evidence that during the alleged 2 hours of suspension of voting, there was vote stuffing into the ballot box? Is it your evidence?
No, it is not.
No, it isn't.
But we want to be scrutinizing to see.
I've heard you. Yes. I've heard you. Let's go to Kianamu. What is your main issue with this station called Kianamu?
I say violence and default and bribery.
Violence and?
Default and bribery, violence.
Vote and bribery and violence. And this vote and bribery and violence, is it in the in the polling center or the polling station, or is set outside the polling station?
Close proximity to the polling center.
It is close to the polling center, but outside it, right?
Yes.
It is outside the polling station.
You see this issue of, I don't know how you would want me to answer this question, but Your Honor, when this polling station, why we are bringing the issue of this polling station is to prove the violence that was in most of the polling stations. That is why we have brought it here. Not even about the votes. It's about the violence that took place there.
So for Kianamo, you are more concerned about the violence.
Kianamo is about the violence and voter bribery.
So did this violence, according to you, suppress the voter turnout?
Of course. Because when violence is coming from state agents, for example, from the government side, won't you expect the voters who could have come out to vote for the opposition?
I'm just trying to get you the results so that we can look at, so that I can demonstrate to you that the voter turnout was not what you say.
Which page, Council?
Just a minute, my lord. Page 60 of my bundle, center top. Please, let's have a look at it. Kindly confirm the station and 5. This is station 1 of 1, which means it is a single polling station. Please confirm that the registered voters are 508. Kianamo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please confirm that the valid votes cast are 322.
Yes, Your Honor.
I have calculated and found this to have been a 63% voter turnout. 63%. Would you describe this as suppressed voter turnout?
Yes, it could be.
What it could
Depending
be.
on what happened that day.
So it is your evidence 63% voter turnout is a suppressed voter turnout.
If there was no voter, if there was no violence, maybe it would have been higher than this, Your Honor.
Please further confirm that you are the overwhelming winner in that polling station, where you have gathered 202 votes. To the 4 respondents, 83.
Yes, to that, Your Honor.
To the 4 respondents, 83, despite the allegations you make.
Yes.
Very well. I heard you say your agents were excluded from some polling stations and the tallying center. And I want to start with the tallying center, where you say your party leader was excluded.
No, I think what I said is that when the votes were being transported now to the tallying center, the NOAA agents went there.
Yeah, let restrict your question you're answering to. Was your party leader, is it your evidence your party leader was excluded from the tallying center and you have an issue with that?
He was not excluded, but he could not find his way to that place.
He could not?
He could not find his way because of the heavy presence of police officers on the roads, the GSU on the roads.
So did he get there or not?
He didn't.
He did not get to the
He
tallying.
didn't.
Had you appointed your party leader, your agent, for the purposes of this by-election? Was he your agent?
No, he wasn't.
He was not your agent. I want to refer you to rule number 85 of the General Regulations 2012 regarding people who are permitted to be inside tallying center. Rule number 85, so that you can tell this honorable court whether a party leader is one such person. Please read rule number 85.
The presiding officers and other election officials on duty are candidates, a person nominated as a deputy to the candidate, where applicable, a member of the commission, authorized agents, a police officer on duty, duly accredited election observers, and duly accredited media persons.
Do you see the name of party leader anywhere there? Do you see the name of the party leader anywhere there?
Is not.
For whichever party?
Is not. But from good practice, you would have to
therefore, notwithstanding that you tell us it is your party leader who didn't find his way to the tallying center, even if he had actually found his way there, legally, he could have been excluded. Now, there is the issue of, you are talking of heavy police presence in that election, heavy police presence. How many police officers did you find in a polling station or polling center, and therefore you found their number to be overwhelming?
You see, we used to 2, Your Honor, but now there were more than even 5, 10.
There were 5, 10. Which polling station?
For example, like the one I was referring to, Batakari, I found 2 in uniform, and someone brought us on a Land Rover.
You are the one in Gatakari. You are at the Gatakari polling station yourself.
Yes, I was there.
You were there.
Yes.
You found 2 police officers in uniform.
In uniform.
2 police officers in uniform.
Yes.
And those 2 police officers in uniform were the ones on official duty for the purposes of this election, right?
Yeah.
Those others who are not in uniform, did they play any role to get as far as this election was concerned?
At Gatakari?
Yes.
At Gatakari, what happened, Your Honor, is that there was a vehicle.
Just answer the question.
Did they play any role?
The ones in?
Regarding this election. The ones who are not in uniform, who you allege are there, they are not in uniform. Did they play any role? Did you see them inside the voting room?
At Gatakari, no.
You didn't see them inside the voting room?
I did not see them. No.
Did you see the presiding officer giving them any instructions?
No, he wasn't.
I want us to go to a station in which you raise a lot of issues with, called Getibori. I may not be able to get the pronunciation right. Getibori or Getivori. Let's go to Getibori. What is your main issue? Sorry, first of all, how many stations are in Getibori? How many polling stations are in that polling center, Getibori?
There are two.
Two polling stations. Let us start with the polling station number 1.
What page is this?
My lord, in the petition, sorry, I've not yet gone to the results. I'm just referring to the petition, where I'm referring to his witness in page number 83. Page number 83 of the petition bundle. He's actually referring to Getibori 2, that witness, not Getibori 1. You said, or you explained in your evidence in chief, of an incident that occurred at this station.
Yes, Your Honor.
Specifically, you said there was a mysterious fire caused by an explosion in the gas lamp which was being lit.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mysterious. Why do you call it mysterious?
We don't know how it came about because it appears like as if it was a plant issue. Because immediately this happened, that is the time the CS came to the polling station and demanding to be shown the Democratic Party agents. And all of a sudden, he accused them of trying to ban the votes. And then he started disciplining them. It was a serious issue. In fact, there is no election that took place here.
There is no election that took place at Getibori.
Yes,
according to you.
Yes, according to me.
That is very well. I appreciate. At what time did this gas explosion occur?
It was almost at the time they were to start counting of votes.
It was after the close of voting. Voting had closed. It was past 5 p.m.
Very well, but counting had not commenced.
Are you aware that as a precautionary measure, the IMBC and its polls officials keep a backup lighting in the nature of gas lamps in case power were to go off during the counting process? Are you aware of that?
I am aware.
You're aware they keep a backup in the nature of gas lamps, just in case there is a power blackout or power failure?
Yes, well.
And that therefore this explains the presence of the gas lamp which exploded at that polling station that day.
You may take it that way, but
that is why this gas lamp was there.
Oh yes, that's why.
Are you also aware that at the close of the voting, the presiding officer gives the entire team which has been conducting this exercise from the wee hours of the day a short, healthy break before now they can convert the polling station into a counting room.
That I cannot tell because I was not there. It will be given by the agents when they come.
I'm not just talking about Getibori in particular. I'm now generalizing that they would take a short break because these people remember they started before 6 in the morning. Now they want to start counting.
Yes.
So they have been given a short break of about 30 minutes or so. Did your agent or the witness tell you that after the voting, that they were indeed given this break at Getibori?
Yes. But there was a directive.
Let me, hold on, I'll come to that. Did your witness also tell you that just before counting of the votes started, the deputy presiding officer accidentally knocked the gas lamp, which fell to the ground and exploded?
That will be better explained by them, those who are present.
So your witnesses never told you anything?
No,
they are coming to stand here as independent entities?
They will come here.
Very well, very well. Did any of your witnesses, because you are not at Getibori yourself, tell you that somebody kicked the gas lamp on purpose so that it exploded?
What we are saying that it was suspicious is that immediately the gas lamp exploded. That is the time the CS came with so many youths. That time.
Now, are you aware that after the explosion, there was fire in the room? There was fire in the room, which then ordinarily people had to, first of all, take care of their safety, that there was fire, right?
Correct.
You're aware of that?
Correct.
And therefore, it was natural that the first thing to do was, we are looking at safety, right?
Okay.
And that the PO took efforts to ensure that the ballot box, which has the ballots, is not burnt, by removing it from the room and keeping it in the car for safety during that fire breakout.
I don't think it was your car.
Where was it kept? Where were the materials kept after they have been removed from the fire room? Where were they taken?
They were taken, I have said, when this happened, immediately the CS came.
Let's concentrate on the materials first. We'll come to the
materials were taken outside, Your Honor, to a parked vehicle, which later they were retrieved.
Yes, so they were taken from the room which has fire and they were put into a vehicle outside.
Outside, but now the problem is this.
Hold on, I'll come to that. I'll come to that. Answer what I ask you, not what you want to answer. The materials have been removed from the room which has fire. They have been taken into a motor vehicle.
Yes.
Did CS Roko access that car? Was he inside that car?
He wasn't.
He wasn't. Was the fourth respondent inside that car?
He wasn't.
Were his agents inside that car?
He wasn't.
Was any agent inside that car?
I don't think so.
There wasn't. And now you tell us, during these happenings, the CS now came, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Now, before I come to that still, you told us that this polling center has 2 polling stations, Getibori 1, Getibori 2. And that counting, and that the ballots were collated together and counted as one. Is that your evidence?
Yes.
They were collated together from Gitiburi 1, Gitiburi 2, and counted as 1. 2?
Counted as one?
What is
No, they were counted independent, but in room 2.
Ah, very well. Materials.
Just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
You asked him whether they were collated together. Collating means putting them together.
Correct,
Yes.
correct. That's
So
what
they
it
were
is.
put together.
Which is not.
What? Okay, just tell me what happened.
And you see also, if I may add there, I don't know whether I'm supposed to add or not. What we are saying is that those votes which were taken to room 2, Your Honor, our agents were not there. They are already there now.
No, before that, what was your evidence on category 1 and 2 about the counting of the votes?
The recounting of, I mean, at Gitifori, what happened is that when they were removed from the vehicle which was parked somewhere, and then taken to the other classroom, now counting of votes started, Your Honor. But it started in absence of our agents. They were not there. We did not know whether this box which was counted, whether it was the one that was removed during from the fire, being saved from fire. Maybe it is another one that was removed from the vehicle. We can't tell.
So what I can write is category 1 and 2 ballot boxes were counted in one room.
In one room.
Which room number was it?
Number 2.
Okay. And the part of your complaint regarding this polling station is after this ballot was moved to Gitiburi 2, your agents were not there. So you don't know what happened.
Yes.
So again, I'll take you to my bundle, page number 74. Page number 73. Let's start with page number 73, center top. Page 73, center top. Now let's go to the agents and the candidates if present at the bottom, the table at the bottom. Correct?
Yes.
Let us see the people who are signing or witnessing the results. I can see there is, can you have a look at them?
Yes, I
The
can
people
see.
who are witnessing the results. Please read for us who witnessed the results for the UDA.
Monica Njage.
Which station are you? We are in 1, Gitiburi 1. Page number 73 at the top center. Have you found it? Now, please tell us who witnessed these results from the agents or candidates if present table. We start with the first one. Joseph Mugendi is witnessing on whose behalf?
CCK.
The next one, Ignatius Ngare is witnessing for?
You don't have a name like Ignatius here. The first one here is Simon Karaoke.
Where are you reading?
Page
Oh,
73.
this is, I've seen where you are.
Who do you see as witnessing those results?
I see Joseph Mugendi.
Joseph Mugendi of Chama cha Kazi.
Yeah.
Then who is next?
There's Ignatius Ngare
For which party?
for UDA.
And who is the third person?
We have Simon K. Namo
For
DP.
For the DP.
Yes.
And what was your party?
DP.
DP.
But this is not my
Let us
name.
let us go to. Sorry, before we go further, let us go to the bottom of that same result form. Presiding of. First of all, it is confirmed all agents, all signed. Number one, all signed. Okay?
All signed.
All
yeah.
signed.
Yeah.
I've heard you say Simon Namo was not your agent.
Yes, he wasn't.
He was an imposter, according to you.
Yes, he wasn't. Yep.
What action have you taken regarding this imposter?
That is why I'm here.
Have you reported him to the police so that he can be investigated and action taken?
There are so many things, Your Honor, that we report and
Please answer my
I
question.
haven't.
You have not.
I haven't.
Do you know that it is a criminal offense for somebody to pass himself off as an agent, as a candidate's agent without authority?
Maybe, including even the one who was ending him.
Do you know it is an offense?
Maybe it is an offense.
Or you don't know?
Maybe I don't know, but it could be an offense.
Did your agent, sorry, who was your agent? Now that Simon K. Namo was not your agent, who was your agent for this station?
My agent, my names, I cannot locate well, but he is a witness for this case.
For Getibori 1?
Yes.
We are in Getibori 1?
Yes, yes, yes.
Who was your agent?
We have a witness.
Okay, I'll come back to it as you, because you are looking, your counsel is assisting to see whether you can find it. Now, did you have people the candidates usually call assisting agents or substitute agents or reliever agents, whichever one you use, who would stand in for an agent when the agent is either goes for lunch or short call?
Yes, they are. They're always there. Yep.
Who was the reliever or substitute agent for Getibori 1?
In this case for Getifori, there was no reliever who was engaged during that day.
So you are
during the day at all, nobody.
I see.
Yes.
I see. Did you keep an inventory of your agents in all the polling stations in Mbeere North? Did you have something like an inventory or a sheet where their names are and details are contained? And if so, have you filed that evidence so that you can exclude this person as one of the agents?
I think my chief agent will be coming that.
I'm asking you, do you
Me,
have?
I don't have myself.
You don't have.
Yes.
So there is nothing other than your word of mouth to confirm that Simon is not your agent.
It will be proved in the fullness of time.
Did you seek any recount in that polling station?
Pardon?
Do you know that as a candidate and your agents, you have a right to seek a recount in the first instance from the presiding officer?
Yes.
Did you seek any recount here?
Yes, I said.
Did you seek a recount in
Yes, I
Getibori?
sought through my chief agent. But what they said,
you have said you sought through your chief agent. Am I therefore right to say that your chief agent was present at Getibori 1?
He wasn't present.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
So how was he seeking recount and he is not at the polling station?
You do not have to be in a polling station because already you have agents there. The agents are the ones which are reporting Your Honor. And what they are reporting is that we are not the ones who signed. These signatures are not ours. So when we engaged the returning officer, he said we cannot deal with it because it is already signed. And true, it is signed, but it is not our agent for that day.
All right, let's go to Getibori 2. Getibori 2. The next page, which is page number 74 at the top. The form itself has page 55. At the right top, Getibori 2. Let us look at the agents who witnessed the results. The agents who have witnessed these results, please read these witnesses, these agents. Getibori 2. Let's go to the agents or candidates, if present.
Yes.
Who is the first agent who is witnessing the results?
Simon Kariuki Namo.
Simon Kariuki Namo, right?
Yes.
He has put his ID number there.
Yes.
Which party is he witnessing for?
DP.
DP.
Yes.
That is your party.
Yeah.
Okay. The next agent witnessing?
Idedi Wanjagi.
Wanjagi. CCK.
Yes.
In total, there are 4 who have witnessed the results.
Correct.
All signed, indicated there by the presiding officer. Now, both Getibori 1 and 2, in both Getibori 1 and 2, which are being counted in the same room, did you see any ballots being stuffed into the ballot box? Do you have any evidence to that?
No, I have no evidence. But
you have answered me.
Okay.
Do you have any evidence of there being a discrepancy between what is contained in this form, that 5A for Getibori 1 and 2, with what was in the KIEMS kit, in the KIEMS? Do you have any evidence of any inconsistency between what is in these forms and what is in the KIEMS?
No.
You have no evidence? I heard you say that is the issue which you really wanted us to go to. The CS came to the station and you have raised a lot of heat about this. What did he do after he has come to the station regarding these results? The CS. He has come after the voting is finished. What else did he do?
It is not about the results.
What did he do?
It is about the boxes which were removed from the vehicle. We can't know whether they are the real boxes or they are boxes which came with that vehicle. We can't know. And that is why we are seeking for scrutiny. Because if boxes are removed from the room and taken now somewhere else to a civilian, and then back again for counting, you cannot agree with that or that process. We are not saying that it changed the results, but maybe with you are counting votes in the wrong box.
Now, if by any chance the ballots were stuffed, as you appear to be convinced, then it would be the case that the turnout in this station should be overwhelming, isn't it?
Correct.
Very well. Let us go to Getibori 1 the same form I showed you, page number 73 of my bundle. Please confirm the registered voters in Getiburi 1 are 357. Getiburi 1.
So what was the number again?
Sorry. Sorry, my lord, it is 428. 428. $428, my lord. Now, please confirm the total number of valid votes cast is 285. 285.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's go to Getiburi number 2, the next page. And in this one, please confirm that the total number of registered voters are 427.
Yes, Your Honor.
The total number of votes cast is 262.
262.
262.
Yeah.
As you can see, these numbers do not exceed the registered number of voters. They do not even approach, they are not even near the number of voters. There is the issue you have raised again with a lot of vigor regarding this physical register of the voters. I'm moving to another area now. The register of voters. You have said it was not deployed in this election.
Yes, Your Honor.
If the physical voters register had been deployed, where did you expect to find it? Where, according to you, where did you expect to find it? Do you expect to find it displayed on the wall of the voting room, the voters register?
Not about the wall.
Where did you expect to find it?
Inside, so that you verify the one who is coming to vote, whether he comes from that locality.
Now, there is a list of voters of the polling station. There is a list with the names of the voters. Could this be what you are conflating with the register of voters? Do you know there is a difference? The list of the voters and the register of voters.
I think the list of the voters must be pinned somewhere.
Very, very well.
Yeah.
Now, were your agents present when the polling stations were opened in the morning?
Yes, they were.
Were opened at what time? 6 in the morning?
Maybe 6.
6 in the morning. Were your agents present when the KIMS kit were put on? When the KIMS kit were started, like the way you start your car?
I
Were they
believe,
present?
I believe so.
You yourself, did you witness any KIMS kit being put on
No,
that day?
No.
Your chief agent?
Maybe my chief agent.
Okay. Are you aware that for the KIMS to function, it had to scan the QR code, which is in the physical voters register? In every polling station, the starting point for the KIMS gadget to work is by scanning the QR code, which is in the physical voters register. Are you aware of that?
Very well.
You're aware? You are aware or you are not?
I'm aware of the scanning.
Scanning to open.
To open.
It scans the physical voters registers QR code, then it leads up and starts the work of the day.
The bone of contention is the manual.
I'll come to that. Are you equally aware that the physical voters register is used as a last resort, as a mode of identification, if the biometric identification through the KIMS fails? You know, are you aware that it comes in as the very last resort of the physical voters register, which you really want to see? Are you aware it comes at the tail end if the gadgets have failed?
I don't think so, because...
Are you aware or you are not?
I am aware.
You are aware that the physical voters register will be used only if the KIMS fail to identify?
I don't think. I have participated.
Are you also aware that the KIMS starts by trying to identify through the biometrics? Are you aware? The first step is the biometrics. You're aware of that? You're aware that it starts with the biometrics?
Yes.
And that if the biometrics fail, like the commissioner was explaining in one of the videos you showed us, and Derito, then the PO goes to the alphanumeric identification where they key in the details of your ID card. And that notwithstanding that this is being done alphanumerically, still the identification is through the KIMS, not physical register. Are you aware of that? Yes or no?
Yes.
You're aware. Please tell us in which polling station the KIMS was unable to identify voters biometrically. Which polling station it was unable, so that then there was the need to resort to the physical register.
Gachagua Social Hall.
Now this is Gachagua County Hall. And how many polling stations? 2. So the failure to identify via the KIMS, according to you, occurred in which polling station? 1 or 2?
Maybe I refer to it.
This failure occurred in 1 or in 2?
In this case, they are not specific. Here it's not specific.
Okay, you are not sure whether it occurred in 1 or 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
What time did it fail?
It's not, also time is not indicated.
You do not know what time it failed?
Yes, it's not indicated.
I see. because of this alleged failure of the KIMS at Siakago Primary, is it Siakago Primary?
No, Socio Hall.
Socio Hall. Was the voting disrupted because of that alleged failure by the KIMS so that people were disenfranchised? They didn't vote.
No, it wasn't.
Voting went on all right.
It was only those two people who voted despite being not captured by the KIMS.
Two people voted without being captured by the KIMS.
Yes, and you have said it is important that first of all somebody is captured before he votes.
Very well. But you do not know whether this happened in 1 or in 2.
Yes, sir.
And you also do not know what time it happened.
Yes, sir.
How did you know? Were you there at this polling station? Were you there?
I wasn't.
You are not. How did you know? Or where do you get this information from?
It's through agents.
Which agent in particular?
We need to check. I think we have an agent for this polling station.
Michael Murethi Jue? Is your agent Michael Murethi Jue, or is another one? All right, if you are not sure, we can move for the sake of time to something else. I've seen that you complain of an unusually high turnout of assistant voters. A very high turnout.
Yes, Your Honor.
Of assistant voters. What did you want the IEBC and its officials to do regarding this? Or what do you, to the best of your knowledge, what does the law say regarding this? Does the law permit assistant voters to vote?
Yes.
Are they supposed to be assistant? If somebody comes to the polling station and says, I'm an illiterate or I don't know how to read or write, the law permits them to be assistant.
The law permits to be assistant, only that this, it was suspicious.
And that in the case of assistant voters, either they are being assisted by the presiding officer in the presence of the person they have come with, and in the absence of that, in the presence of agents, right?
We are not talking of the agents being assisted by the presiding officer.
Yes.
The agents being a voter being accompanied by a helper to vote.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you see, voting is local.
Yes.
So we know each and every one, including in this election, even a teacher will be assistant.
Yes, even if it is a teacher, the law, unfortunately, the law says if he has come and he seeks to be assistant, he should be assistant, right?
Yes.
Okay, it has not laid out exceptions and it said if it is a teacher, he cannot be an assistant, isn't it?
Yes, but it's not.
Now, Did you see the IMBC and its officials do otherwise other than merely assist? Did they do anything beyond that? Other than just assist the voter who needed to be assisted? Did they do anything beyond that? The PO and the presiding officer and the team, other than assisting these voters, which the law permits them because the voter is in need of assistance.
Yeah.
Did they do anything beyond that?
I don't think they did.
Don't think so. Yeah. Are they in a position to read the minds or what is behind these people to know that this is not an illiterate person?
No, but the locals know. They can be able to spot that this person knows how to write.
Does the law require that the locals be the ones to set these standards? The locals? No. Tied to the same question, you complain that the forms, there are the forms which are filled when an assistant voter has voted. There is the form which is filled by the presiding officer. And you have said they were brought to Gangara using motorbikes. And you have an issue with that. You have an issue with the forms which are being used to assist the assistant voters being brought in motorbikes after the forms have been depleted in the station. What is your issue with that?
I don't know whether it is within the law, but my issue is that when electoral materials are in the wrong hands, especially in the civilians, and not the officers from the IMBC, then anything is subject to manipulation.
So when you talk of materials being in the wrong hands, please clarify. Are you saying that these motorbikes which were carrying the forms were not under the control of the IMBC?
I don't think.
Not you don't think, you have to be specific here.
They were not. If it is motorbike who is going to drive more than 30 kilometers, how are they in control?
Whose motorbikes were these?
I don't know.
To the best of your knowledge, does the IMBC own the motor vehicles and motorbikes which transport materials?
I don't think.
Do you know that the IMBC sources contracts services including transport? Have you ever heard of people hiring their motor vehicles to the IMBC during these elections?
Transport that the IMBC hire, already in that vehicle there is an IMBC official. But in this case, we are talking of a person who is driving so many kilometers alone.
And you know that person is not an IMBC official?
He is not.
Okay, give us the name of the person who was driving the motorbike, who is not an IMBC official.
I don't have here.
You don't have. After these forms have gotten depleted at the polling station, and the IMBC has dispatched them with the motorbikes so that they can arrive as soon as possible to ensure the people continue voting smoothly. What is your issue with that? You wanted the IMBC to delay with the forms because the forms have gotten finished. IMBC has been alerted. It has dispatched the quickest mode of transport to the polling station. What is your issue with that?
This is a statutory document. I think it should be accompanied by a lawful officer or official of IMBC. It cannot be left to anybody, even from ambush.
From your understanding, are these forms votes? Were they put into the ballot box as votes, these forms?
I don't think.
They were not. Are you also seeking to scrutinize these forms? Are you seeking to scrutinize these forms in this election petition?
When will be scrutinized?
Are you seeking to have them relooked by the Honorable Court through a process called scrutiny?
Yes, they will not be excluded.
Are you seeking or you are not?
Yes, well, as long as they
are you seeking or you are not?
We are seeking.
You are seeking.
My Lord,
These I'm seeking the guidance of the court and the documents of the examination. But counsel appears for a constitutional body. My lord, when counsel puts a question to the witness, do you have a problem that IBC procured these services? Do you have a problem that IBC wanted to expedite the process? My lord, in law, does that first of all amount to an admission of that particular allegation, even through the means of cross-examination?
Counsel, you know this is cross-examination.
Yes, sir. Yes, my lord.
I cannot tell a party how
that's correct, my lord,
to word his questions. I think that is more suitable for cross-examination, for submission.
My lord, but the court has taken notice of it, my lord.
That is more suitable for submissions. So I fully understand.
Yes, my lord.
Your issue, which is that IBC as a constitutional body has parameters within which it operates.
Yeah, that's
what other people think is irrelevant.
That's correct, my lord.
Yeah.
We will be doing it in our submissions.
Yeah. So in your application for scrutiny and even in the petition, you are seeking to scrutinize these forms, including the forms used on the assistant voters. True or false?
I'm seeking scrutinizing of what the contents of in the box vis-a-vis the KIMS.
So you are not in these forms. We can for now sit assured they are not your concern.
Is scrutinizing those people who passed through the KIMS kit and appended their fingerprint vis-a-vis what is the box. Because
very well. I hear you.
Yes.
I hear that the forms which were being used regarding the assistant voters don't form part of your claim for scrutiny.
My Lord, Kiragwa Duta here. I don't think that is what the witness is saying.
What is in the petition?
It is all of them. The box has both the forms, the assisted voter forms, it has the ballot boxes, all that. So he's saying whatever the content of those boxes, that's what we want. But my learned senior should not try to then cut off some.
I think he wants to know whether your client is clear what he wants.
Oh, very well. Maybe Newton can just clarify. But it's the content of the boxes in totality.
Short for you, Mheshimiwa.
Yes.
As you seek scrutiny of these forms, what are you looking for in those forms? Because you cannot just be scrutinizing for the sake of it. What is it you are looking for in these forms?
I don't think when we will be scrutinizing the contents of the boxes, it will be minus anything that is inside that box.
I'm asking you a specific question. What are you looking for regarding the forms which were used regarding assistant voters?
I also want to see whether they are real forms from the MBC.
That is what you are seeking to know,
yeah.
Whether they are real forms.
Maybe they are not real.
I see. Your hope is maybe to find if they are not real forms from the MBC. Maybe to hope. The hope is they might turn out not to be forms from the IBC. Right? You see, you are not telling the Honorable Court forms which were used were not from IBC. It is your hope that the process of scrutiny will assist you establish that fact. That's your hope. Correct?
You see these forms in the box, the assistant voters, still they voted. And maybe even there were some votes which were introduced in those boxes.
Okay. I've heard you. Let us go to this other issue you have raised of escorting ballot boxes to the tallying center, and where you allege that your agents were excluded in the escorting. You have raised that issue.
Yes, we have raised the issue.
Was the IBC obligated to carry agents in its vehicle when transporting the results to the tallying center, or the agents are obligated to use their means to the tallying center?
I don't know what the law says, but they should have created a space maybe to transport some, or even allow them. But the problem is here that even without that, they were not allowed to access the tallying center. They were not.
Your agents were disallowed from accessing the tallying center. Who disallowed them?
Almost all agents were not finding their way into that tallying center.
Who disallowed them?
The police officers were very firm on whoever was getting in that space.
The police were firm to ensure that only the officials who you rent under Rule 85 of the rules of 2012 access the station. Accredited people within the Rule 85, right?
Yes, and agents is one of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Who was excluding them? Who was excluding them? And what was the criteria for exclusion?
I'm saying barriers had already been built or mounted that with the specific instructions that nobody is allowed to pass through this point. So even those agents would not have found their way into the tallying center.
Did you have agents at the tallying center?
I didn't see.
Not even one.
Myself.
Your own agents, DP.
No.
Did you have agents at the tallying center?
Only me and the chief agent.
You and the chief agent were in the tallying center?
Yes.
Okay. From the entirety of your evidence, from the whole of your evidence and that of your witnesses, is there a result, a single result from a single polling station which, as announced at the polling station, differs with what was announced at the tallying center? That is to say, is there any polling station whose returns in Form 35A are different from what has been tallied at the tallying center?
Through agents? Come again?
There are two result forms. There is the 35A at the polling station, which is showing how many votes you got in a particular polling station, like Getivori 1. All right? This result is what was carried to the tallying center to tally the results for the entire constituency, isn't it? Now, because you question the transportation and all that, is there any result which has been transported to the tallying center, and when you find the results at the tallying center and you can tell the court, look, this is not what was announced at Getivori. This has changed in between during the transit to the tallying center. Do you have any?
If it is Getivori, as you are trying to bring it, Getivori already, the agents have said they are not the ones who signed.
I think my question is different. My question is different.
So you have touched on Getivori
as an example, because I wanted you to get what I'm asking you. My question is, do you have evidence of any single polling station whose results upon arriving at the tallying center have changed? They are different because the mode of transport is suspect.
I think what I've seen here is that the entries in Form 35A and B, some were firing.
Some were?
They were firing. You may find 351 and then all of a sudden you find 350. That is what I think I can be able to prove here.
And this happened during this transit?
I don't think.
Give us the station you have in mind.
if I take you to 104,
That's your affidavit. Is that your affidavit?
yes, this is. If you look at 104, forms from that 5A and alternative figures on the number of foreign votes cast. The content varying figures from those indicated from that 5A. And if you look at Career Primary School, Joanna,
You're looking at paragraph?
paragraph 104.
Paragraph. Page or paragraph?
Paragraph 104. Page 105.
Yeah.
So if you look at these polling stations, we are saying that from that 5A and alternative figures on the number of foreign votes cast. If you look at Career Primary School, from that 5A as 225, while from that 5B as 223. If you look at Tivoli Primary School, from that 5A as 262, while from that 5B as 261. Kamugo Primary School 1449, 456, from that 5B is 449. Moshonoka Primary polling station, from that 5A as 304 entry, and that 5B as 303.
All right. Are you aware that form that 5A, that the 5A is filled manually, whereas form number that 5B is Excel sheet generated? Are you aware?
But even if it is Excel, it will not.
No, are you aware?
I'm aware.
Are you aware that if a mistake of tabulation has occurred in the manual entries, when you feed them into the Excel sheet, which is from that 5A, they automatically correct themselves? Are you aware of that?
I don't know. You want to see this have corrected themselves?
That is where I'm heading to.
I don't know.
So that if Newton Kariuki got, this is an example I'm giving you, got 20 votes at Getivori, and the fourth respondent got 20 votes at Getivori, the total is 40, right? The total valid votes would be 40. But if at the bottom of that Getivori, that the 5A, the total is indicated as 41 by pen, when these results are submitted to the returning officer and they are fed into the Excel sheet called that 5B, although they are reading 41, in the Excel sheet they will automatically correct themselves and read 40. Basically, that's what I'm telling you.
I don't know. Maybe
you don't know that.
Be prosecuted by my lawyers.
And I'm telling you, the tabulation of which you have stretched out in 104, that is the way in which those errors have been dealt with, and the returning officer will be showing this in his evidence.
Very well.
There is this issue you raise. There is the issue you raise about a certain, or rather that the register of voters which was used is not as it was in 2022, the register. Is it your evidence that the register which was used is not the register as at 2022? Or it is the 2022 register, 2022 elections register which was used?
Have I seen about anything about the register? What I've seen is that it was very specific, Your Honor, that there were some voters which did not vote in 2022 And there we were to use that register. Then that voter, that voter who never voted in 2022, there is no way he would have voted in 2025. I think that is the argument.
I want us to look at this polling station called Mondu polling station, or rather the place where you allege somebody called Collins Munene voted. In your petition, it appears at page number 26, as numbered from the top. Oh, sorry, 20, written by hand. Looks like 26. Are you there? Collins Munene, right?
Yes.
I want you to tell my lord how you knew Collins Munene has been registered as a voter when registration of voters for the by-election areas is frozen. How did you know that he has been registered as a voter?
You see, we are asking the same question because you are on.
No, Mr. Kariuki. I will ask you the question and then you will answer.
You see, voting is local. People already they know those who vote and those who do not vote. They also know those who vote in the other areas and they don't vote in their local areas. So this was an alarm that was raised. And then we had to prove, to see whether it is true or not. And indeed we found that this person in the Kim's kit is there, but in the voter register is not there.
Who raised the alarm so that you could know Collins has been registered? Who raised the alarm?
I think those voters and agents. I'm saying voting is local. They know one another.
I'm asking you a very simple question.
So I think the issue is whether it is true or not, and that shouldn't be proved.
How did you know that Collins, who was not a voter in 2022, has been registered as a voter?
Because he's the Kim's kit, and he's not in the register of 2022.
How did you know he is in the Kim's kit? How did you know he is in the Kim's kit?
Yeah, my lord, this is Gachagua Duta, and I say this with a lot of respect, my lord, because it is not a contested issue at all. In fact, it is an admitted issue that this voter was registered on 8th October 2025. So really how he knew.
When you say it is,
Sorry?
You say it is admitted.
It is admitted.
By who?
By an affidavit of Edin Ibrahim Golicha.
For IBC?
For IBC.
It's a different.
And she says, I admit that on 8th October 2025, I registered Collins Munene Morioki as a voter through the KIMS kit at my Ruiru constituency office.
You see?
And that I discovered this mistake and immediately alerted the ICT department. So really, it is not an issue of whether somebody was registered when the
I think
election
the rest will be for submissions, Council.
Yes.
The rest,
2 weeks to the election.
The rest will be for submissions.
It's okay,
My Lord, the only thing that my Lord would seek indulgence is granted this kind of an admission which is express, whether the witness can be perjured on that particular ground, because there is an express admission in the affidavit. So that you can just refer him to the affidavit. But then just ask the question to answer it.
No, Council.
Yes, Your Honor.
Council. It is not your chance to cross-examine.
It is true.
You will re-examine. Sit down. Sit down. Yeah, what? Yes.
Yes. Adrian, for the fourth respondent.
Are you cross-examining now?
I'm not cross-examining,
Yeah.
but there is a point of procedure which I would seek to raise.
Yeah.
Because it gets to a point when the learned counsel for the petitioner realized that their witness is having difficulty responding to question, then they quickly gallop with aid. And it would seem that there was a very deliberate reason why they have opted to stay very close to the dock. So my request, my Lord, is that we just allow the witness, who is very competent, in my view, to address the issues as they arise. And if there is a need for intervention, then there will be an opportunity for us as council to do so. Thank you, my Lord.
But you know, with cross-examination, because of its latitude, people may want to object to whatever it is, relevance, admissibility, whatever it is. Just like I think he rose at some stage. So I don't have a problem with a council coming up to tell me it looks like we are wasting time because this issue is admitted. That in fact helps the court. If the issue is admitted, we don't need to go into details on it, whether or not he knows. Even if he doesn't know how it occurred, it doesn't matter now if it's admitted. Does it?
Yes, my Lord, I'm in agreement.
My Lord, it is not admitted, it is explained.
Oh, it is explained.
There is a difference.
Okay.
Yes, it is
So
explained.
isn't it very useful that explanation
Yes.
will be made by your witness?
Yes.
Irrespective of what he says, all he has said is that he has said that this fellow obviously voted and he was not there before.
Okay, let me go to that, my Lord. Let me go to that straight away. You told this court this morning, Collins voted. You said that. I heard you.
Yes.
Were you at that polling station, Mondu?
I wasn't. But you can see if
Were you there?
And you have admitted that
Were you there?
somewhere in
Were you there? Don't engage me in an argument. Were you there in Mondu polling station?
I wasn't.
Who told you?
This is what I was explaining.
Who told you? I don't want your explanation.
I was saying this issue came up.
Who told you?
My lawyers, after scrutinizing, they told me.
Very well. This information is coming from your lawyers. And then you are adopting it as evidence.
It's not illegal.
Okay. In your register, the register which your council has filed, the register which is filed is the name of Collins in that register.
It's not. That is what we have put here.
because I'm trying to show you the difference between there having been a wrongful registration, which actually occurred elsewhere, not even in this county, and the register which remained intact and which was used at the polls. That's what I'm driving you to.
But Your Honor,
you see him vote.
But Your Honor, it affected the voting in Mbeere North. It was registered in Kiambu, but he was around to vote on this side, and they had meeting.
There is no question he's
The
asked.
question I'm putting to you is this. You allege Collins voted. Is that not your evidence this morning?
Yes, we voted. Let's scrutinize, we will see it.
How did you know he voted?
Let's scrutinize, we will
Answer,
find it.
No,
he,
my
has,
lord.
he has already answered those questions.
Yes.
How?
You asked him, he says Collins voted. I said so. I was not at his polling station. My lawyers told me when they scrutinized my case, the name of Collins is not in our register of voters.
Yes. Thank you.
Is all that okay?
Thank you for, my lord. Thank you. Thank you.
No. We'll be closing in 3 minutes. 3 or 4 minutes at 4 o'clock.
But we have to stand him down.
Sorry? You will have to stand him down.
I'm not done with him.
All right, that's fine. You can stand him down when you are ready.
Oh.
Let's go up to 4.